Guys, so I'm back and I've decided to change the videos basically a little bit. Because before I would do a reading with uh, 38 cards altogether. Okay, so I would put basically the reading. There were two readings in one. I just split. It was a spread that had one had 10 positions, the other had 9. So I started to notice that I would get a little bit tired almost, or that it could drag on for a bit long, even though basically the spreads answered slightly different questions when they were related to the Mueller investigation. So what I'm doing now is just to focus on one spread because that way it could be a little shorter. And I think in a way it's better to make these videos a little shorter, right? So that it can be a bit more modular and flexible because I have so many questions and they have to be really specific and they are interconnected, but they should not be on the same video and using the same shuffled cards. I think I should reshuffle them and ask the different question. Okay, so that's what I'm doing, and so I think there will be probably 4 readings about the Republican Party and the consequences of the Mueller investigation. Okay, so this one is about what, and it's funny. So today I started putting the questions on these little cards so that I can articulate better what each question is, even to myself. So I have this and I think, okay, now I know this. What do I need to know next in order to put the story together? So this one reading is about that. What happens to the Republican Party after the Mueller investigation? And by after, I mean once it's concluded, not the result of it, okay? Because I've asked, what relationship will the Mueller investigation uncover? And then I wrote down this question: what will happen to the Republican Party after the investigation? And after this, I need to do another round, another reading, which is about will the Republicans be charged in the Russia investigation? What will be the legal consequences to the Republican Party as a result of the Mueller investigation? So I have to ask this third question that just came up. But until then, we're now at number 2 of second one of his questions, which is what will happen to the Republican Party once the Mueller investigation has wrapped up. Once the Mueller investigation is a thing of the past, what happens next? So, all right, so very interesting. And again, I will start with what I did in the other reading just before this one, which is I am going to do left to right. And we'll just, so that in a way it's a little bit more linear. I don't have to go about to the center and then go back. I just start from the left. So it starts with 7 of Swords reversed, which means you're doing, this is a defeat. Okay. Oh, wow. You know what's so funny? It's that somehow I thought this was a 7 of Swords, which is theft, but I don't know why. Maybe it was upside down. I hadn't noticed. And I'm like, whoa, it's defeat. Yay. So I'm excited. Okay, so it's upside down. So they're having a hard time moving on from defeat. And what's this? Society, public, groups of people in the public eye. So they're having a hard time moving on from their defeat in the public eye. And this is a card of energetic beginnings. This is a card of bullies, right? Turning upside down. It's bullies is that energy, negative, fiery energy, mean. Basically think of like a young bully, okay? Guilt. So here we have defeat in the public eye, where the public knows they defeated them, public defeated them, right? And they are guilty. So the public, they are guilty in the public eye. They are guilty of defeat in the public eye. Isn't that interesting? I think we're all very upset about this. Okay, just kidding. All right. So second column, we have Painful ending. Oh my God. I'm so sad about this card. Oh, I'm so sad. Aren't you all sad that after the Mueller investigation, there's a painful ending? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh. Okay, so what's this? The House. So it could be a painful ending to the White House, but it could also be, in a way, in these institutions, right? No, I think it's, you know what? It's the White House, because right next to it I have the tower, which is the government. So yes, painful ending at the White House. And what's this card? The plan. And the plans are plans concocted with Russia. So the White House is tainted with Russia, and there's an ending to the White House and their plans together. Okay. So this is great. Okay. It's like, it's very exciting. I wish I wasn't happy to see this, and it's those kinds of things that you can never even imagine this could happen, because we're living in like such dire times. So look at this. This is a card of man leaving something. So people leaving. Where are they leaving? The government. They are leaving the government. Our dream has come true. Can you imagine? They leave the government. Oh, God, so beautiful. And this is disappointment. Obviously, they're kind of like apathetic, right? But then it's a beautiful card that comes. This is a child. We've talked about the child. It has been an interesting card in many readings. But in this context, is a new start. So there's a new government, right? And because the question is about, again, what will happen to the Republican Party after the Mueller investigation, there's going to be a new government, and they're going to leave the government. So, right? So that's very cool. All right. So it's a new government. All right. And here we have the crazy man, the man that has emotional tantrums. He's a snake. We know that, right? Snake man. Restlessness, right? And news. So the uncomfortable news, we could say that, about the snakiness of the crazy man. Okay, so that becomes public. And oh my God, this is very beautiful. So it's like, okay, well, I guess we're all adults, so we could have this conversation, right? So some people say that this card is a card of sex because it has a, look at this, it reminds you of the male anatomy, right? So upside down, it's a Viagra moment, Viagra times. It's so funny that one of the things that the Republicans pushed for their health care bill was making pregnancy, what is it called? The precondition, but making Viagra, like not making any cuts for Viagra. So they cut pregnancy, but Viagra, of course, there was no problem. So this is a Viagra situation. Okay. And the ship. So foreign influence. But the cartoons have that. It's perfect. So, okay. Oh, look, they're poor. They're going to have some financial difficulties. I'm so sad for them. Oh, look. The scythe. Oh my God, I'm so sad. This is the last card for them. It's over, baby. So what ends? The ship, right? The foreign influence ends, and there's poverty. Brings poverty to, I think, to them, right? Because if they're the source of the question, right? So it's an end to, and poverty, and ending to the foreign influence, and I think people involved with that. Okay, thanks. All right, so I'm going to do what I did with the reading right before this one, which is the Lenormand storylines. Okay, so then it comes in 3 usually. All right, so in the rows we're going to do 3, and then the columns are going to do 2. So let's start with the rows. So public White House and the government. The public, it's interesting actually. The public is in the White House in a way, or affects the White House through the government. So in a way, laws, you could also say that in some way the laws will make it so that the public will have a greater say on the White House. Okay. And then moving forward a little bit, the White House and the government, oh look, are snakes. It could also be that the one I said before could relate to the reputation, okay, in public. But anyway, so this is the White House and the government, right? And their influence in the government was shady. They were snakes, okay, and as we know as well. And there were snakes in the government that were connected to the foreign government. Okay, I'm sorry, foreign power. So there were snakes in the government that were connected to the foreign power. And then the row at the bottom, guilt. Guilt due to Russian connection leads to a new beginning. Okay. And there's news about a new beginning related to the Russian connection. Okay. And then the news about a new beginning brings an ending, right? So that's kind of nice. News about a new beginning brings an ending. And then just re-examining each row. Guilt in the public eye. White House tainted with Russian influence. A new government, right here. News about the snakes. Basically, we come to know about them, how they are snakes. And there's an ending to the foreign influence. Okay? All right. So that's that. I think that gives a very interesting overview of this, which is the question of what will happen to the Republican Party after the Mueller investigation, meaning once the investigation has been concluded, it's a thing of the past. What happens? Well, at least the Republican Party, as we know, is going to come to an end. It's saying very, very clearly, and at least the foreign influence within the Republican Party will come to an end. Okay? All right. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to do another reading on the RNC and the Russia situation. Okay? All right. Thanks for watching.